Uh, Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. In this video, we are going to learn about the distributive pronouns. What are distributive pronouns and how and where they are used. So, let us start learning. Here, the examples are written. Each of the boys gets a prize. Either of these roads leads to the railway station, and neither of the accusations is true. Okay, in three of the sentences, the underlined word are used as the distributive pronouns. Now here we have the definition of the distributive pronoun. Each, either, neither are called distributive pronoun because they refer to persons or things one at a time. Okay, why they are called the distributive pronoun? Because they refer only one thing or one person at a time. This is, and for this reason they are always used as a singular and as such followed by the verb in the singular. Keep remember this point. Distributive pronoun refer to one thing or person at a time, and that is why they are used as singular, and a distributive pronoun must be followed by the verb in singular. Next we have is a note where to use each, either and neither. So each is used to denote every one of a number of persons or things taken singly. Okay, each is used to denote every one of a number of person or things taken as singly. Okay, when each is used as the whole, but each refers to everyone in number of a number of persons or things, and either means the one or the other of two. Okay, when two people or thing are referred, the either is used, but either gives the choice between the two, mean either this one or that one, and neither is the opposite of the either and neither means not the one nor the other of the two. It is the negative of either. Again we have hence either and neither should be used only in speaking of two persons or things. When more than two are spoken of, any, no one, none should be used. Okay, when we are referred to more than two persons, so here we have the pronouns like any, no one, and none must be used. Next here, each of the men received a reward. Again, next example is these men received each a reward, and the same sentence, not same, sorry. These horses cost 5,000 rupees each. Okay, now in this all sentences, we are going to discuss the position of each. Position of each means where we can use each as a distributive pronoun in a sentence. Okay, so we use each at the start of a sentence, at mid of the sentence, and at the end of a sentence. And at the end of a sentence we only use when there comes a numeral or numbers. Okay, so the third order is usual after a numeral. We do not say the men received a reward each. Okay, but we say the men received 500 rupees each. Okay, each when is used at the end of a sentence. So keep remember, each is used after a numeral, any number when comes, so after each is used after that very number. And next thing is each, either, and neither are used as adjectives as well. they are followed by nouns of the singular number. Okay, as we are discussing in indefinite pronoun and other pronouns, they also used as the adjectives. But keep remember, as I am usually telling you people, that adjective is always used after sorry, adjective is called when the word is always followed by the noun. That is why they are called the distributive adjective. Now here we have the example like each boy. Now after each there comes a noun, and neither accusation. Now accusation is also a noun, and at either end was a marble statue. So after either there comes the noun. Okay, when a noun is followed by is followed after the distributive word, so that is called the distributive adjective. And next we have each other and one another. Okay, what is the difference between these? When referring to only two persons, okay, two persons are things, we use each other. And if there comes more than two things or persons, we use one another. But nowadays in modern English, each other is acceptable and formal for more than two people, mean three, four. But keep remember, each other is used with more than two persons or things when the number of things or number of persons are known. Okay, when you know the number and yes, the number of the persons and the things you know, so in that very case you may use each other when referring more than two person or things. And one another is commonly used more than two persons or more than two things when the number of things and number of persons is unknown. Okay, so now here is each and one really belongs to the subject. Other and another are objects, but each other and one another have become in practice compound pronouns that are called the reciprocal pronouns. Okay, both are these are called reciprocal pronouns and are rarely separated by a preposition. Okay, so now how look at here the next explanation. The one-time rule that each other should be used in speaking of two persons or things, one another in speaking of more than two, is no longer strictly observed. Okay, keep in mind this point. In speaking of more than two is no longer strictly observed of the use of one another. The three brothers quarreled with each other is now accepted as idiomatic. Okay, so keep remember, when to use each other with more than two persons and more than two things, in that very case when you know the number of things and persons. Okay, so and this is each other is acceptable in writing and speaking. Okay, so guys, this was today's video about distributive pronouns. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.